Hi, welcome to episode 2 of my knitting and crocheting podcast. This is just a quick update since I haven't made a video in a while. I think it's been like 5 days, and I was going to try to make them at least twice a week or more. You know, I've just been overwhelmed with emotions and housework and just being alone away from my family. It's just hard. Sometimes I feel kind of out of it, I want to say, but then of course I have to get myself snap myself out of it. um, so I just wanted to update. I have been crocheting on my raglan sweater, knitting on my raglan sweater. It's coming along. I still have a few more rows to go before I start doing the sleeves and the rest of the body. Let me show you real quick what I have. Okay, so this is what I have done so far. You can see that it is upside down. It's larger now. Can see that. Like I said, this is the neck and this is like the arm. I could show it a lot better. This is the front, and then this is the arm here, because I actually did this row. Now the yarn ball I was using, the skein I was using, got really I want to say it tangled up so much. Maybe I could show that. Yeah, I have it right here. It got tangled. It's driving me insane because I had it in a cake like I showed it before, and it just got like this, and I put it in a bag, and I had to cut it. I got so stressed out that I cut it, and I just started a new skein. And that one's it's wound up also, and it's actually a cake. This was a cake, and this is how it looks. So that kind of drove me insane. So I just said, I'll deal with that later, and let me just finish my sweater. Thankfully, I have like 4 of those cakes. So there we go. And as for the socks that I was working on, my boyfriend's socks, I took them apart. Like I said, the needles are just too small for me. I'm not that patient, especially right now with the way I'm feeling. I love to knit, I love to crochet, don't get me wrong, but it's not supposed to stress you out. It's supposed to help you with stress. And once I start feeling stressed over a project, I stop. I say, nope, I have enough stress in my life in order to have something else stress me out. So I stopped, especially right now. Maybe another time, I wouldn't get so stressed and I'd finish a project, but sometimes I'm just like, no, this is a bit much. I gotta put it down, or I gotta undo this. And honestly, those needles were way too small for me, and I just undid it. But I did start another project, which is another pair of socks, but they're with larger needles, and they're for me. I know I should have started his, but I was kind of experimenting, so I wanted to, sorry, I'm trying to get it. I wanted to see how this worked out. And if this worked out, usually if you do something for yourself and you like it, you're gonna know it's gonna work out for somebody else. But when you're working on something for somebody else and you've never done for that person before, you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if it's gonna fit. So I'm doing these for myself, and there's socks also, and they're 2 at a time, and I'm knitting them up. Let me hide my face so maybe it'll focus. And they're not identical, but they're semi. What I did was, one of the skeins that I showed on my last video that I had ordered, I caked them up into 2 balls, so I separated them, and this is the balls that I made. They're supposed to be caked. This one kind of unraveled, so I had to like redo it. But yeah, I'm kind of messy with my cakes when I'm working on them because I take them with me. I put them in my bag, in my little knitting bag, and then I take them with me, and I'm in the car. So it's kind of hard. Like, I'm not driving, I'm a passenger, so I'm like in the car, in the truck, and I'm knitting while they're driving, and it kind of tangles up on me. So I have to be more careful with that. But yeah, I really like the color. For some reason, I like how the gray and the pink looks. Even in sweaters and clothing, I think it's cute. But these are for me, and they do fit because I've been trying them on from like the tips and, you know, all of that. And I love I did the magic cast on where you can't see the seams. I finally learned how to do it. It was difficult at first because I didn't know how to do toe-up socks, just cuff down, like I think I said that before. And it was kind of hard teaching myself to do it. I just couldn't do it. I think I spent like, I'm gonna say like 5 months trying to figure out how to do socks. I watched tutorials, I watched everything, and I could not get the hang of it. I was just like, why do I get these ghastly holes on the sides? Right here. I would get these gaps right here. See, right there. And yes, this one has a little defect, but I'm not gonna do them over. They're for me, so it doesn't matter. But here, I was getting these gaps, these huge, unsightly gaps, and I would follow the directions, and I would follow the videos, and I was getting these gaps. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. And I did, and it worked. I have no gaps now. And I don't know if that's like see, I need to focus. I don't know if that's usually how people do them, but now I have no gaps. And I guess those instructions aren't for me because I couldn't do it. I just could not do it the way that they were showing in the videos. So this way worked for me, and I'm gonna continue doing this way. Now, that's the only new project that I have is those. I'm doing these socks in a 3.25 millimeter knitting needle. So they're still small, but they're not too like the other ones. Oh my gosh, the other ones were driving me crazy because they were really small. And they were coming out big because I cast it on too many. This one I only cast it on 8 on each needle. So it's not gonna come out that big because this is thick yarn. As you can see, it's like, it's DK. So DK of course comes out bulkier, and they were coming out too big. Even for him, they were coming out too big, the other ones, and I just said, I cast it on too many, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna start over. So, and even these are not as snug as they could be, but they're fine. They're fine for me right now that I'm gaining all this weight. So that's really all I've been working on. So I really didn't have anything to show from the last time. I haven't really bought any more yarn. I'm trying not to. Like I said, I'm trying to use up the yarn that I have back here because I do have a lot. And I have had a lot on my plate for my daily life, and I know I'm just on my 2nd episode and I'm already overwhelmed. And it isn't because of the videos. Like I said, it's because of my daily life. It's just, and it was raining for the past few days, so it was like really overcast, and like I said, I use my natural light, so I didn't have that much light to make a video. So that and I was going to do a video for just like a vlog, not for knitting, crocheting, which I might do because I do want to stick to knitting and crocheting on these videos. I don't want to start talking about my like personal life on here as much because a lot of you really don't care. You guys are here to see just knitting and crocheting and yarn and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do I think I'm going to do a tutorial for how I do those socks. I'm not sure, or I just might explain to you what I do for those socks. For those of you that are self-taught knitters and don't have anyone to actually show you, I I'm gonna show the way I did them, because honestly, like I said, I don't know if it's just me, I'm retarded. I usually pick up like that on my own, even with just written instructions, but I could not with these socks. And I really wanted to do them toe up because I think it's a lot quicker to do them toe up. And I just could not do it. And there's nobody else that knits around me, so nobody else could show me. And I finally figured it out. And those instructions weren't helpful for me. So now I use my own techniques. Like I'll use probably, these are just vanilla socks or just regular socks, but if I'm gonna do lace, like fancy work, I'm gonna do the way I do it from the toe, and then I'm just gonna follow the rest of the directions and then do the heel the same way as that. Because I don't know what it is. The instructions tell you, the directions tell you, and the videos, you knit one, the first, like on the side, when you're increasing, you knit one, and then you knit through the front and the back to increase the first stitch. I keep getting these holes, no matter how tight I did them, I was getting these ghastly holes. So what I do is that instead of knitting the first one, I knit the second one front and back. So the first stitch I knit, and then I go through the front and the back on the second stitch, and then work the rest of the row, and then I knit again front and back, the second to last stitch, and then the last stitch I knit. That's the only way that I figured it out. Maybe that's something other people do. I didn't read it in the instructions. None of the instructions that I had, and I had so many, they all said knit front and back on the first loop. It didn't work for me, so that's what I did, and I'll show real quick in a different video, probably the next video if I have some time. I tried to record a video, I'd say like 2 times in the past few days, but my son has been very fussy. He's not sick or anything. I think he's getting a little bit spoiled because his father has been home a bit more, and he loves his father. Usually they say boys love their moms more, but in my case, I guess my son is so sick of being with just me all day that when he sees his dad, he gets so happy. And his dad, like I said, he works a lot. He's only off on Sundays, but since it's raining, he doesn't work when it's rain because he works outside. So he works like in construction. So he's been off when it's been raining. So my son has been happy with him. His dad picks him up, carries him. I can't do that because of my pregnancy and my high risk and all that. So my son is just happy. And when he's not here, it's hard for him to adjust again to the way that I care for him, and he gets really fussy. And today he was fussy. He was just like, I just thought I'm not gonna be able to do this video. And thankfully I can, and I am, but I don't know if he's gonna wake up. I don't know if he's gonna start crying in the background again because he's asleep. I just put him to sleep, so hopefully he sleeps for a bit more today than he has. I have been having some complications with my pregnancy for the past few days also. And I've noticed that my tummy has dropped since my last visit to the doctor, which was last Monday. Yeah, from last Monday. And they were like, oh, your stomach hasn't dropped yet. It's dropped this week. So I could tell a lot in the mirror, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't look high up anymore, it looks lower. And so the pressure is more, lower. But yeah, that's for my other video. But that's just a quick update. Like I said, I don't have any projects, just my socks and my sweater right now. And once I'm done with those socks, I'm gonna work on his socks. I promised him socks. I promised my niece some socks. I promised my cousin some socks. So I have to work on these socks, and my son. So it's like I have my niece, my son, my cousin, my boyfriend. I have 4 people that I promised socks, and I just have not been able to do them. I have the yarn and I have the needles, but I just have not been able to do them. I think once I'm done with these, I'll be able to adjust them to theirs. So that's it. You're welcome to subscribe. Oh, and I wanted to say thank you to those of you that have watched. I'm very grateful for all the views that I have in my last video, for the comments that I got on my last video. Thank you so much. It helps, it motivates me to make more videos, even though I'm not as prepared as I should be. And I'm kind of like silly because I make all these faces and I move my arms a lot, and you know, and I'm sure it gets annoying after a while to watch someone do that. And I promise that I'll stop. And no, I did not fart. That was my chair. Oh, that was funny. I don't know if you guys heard, but it's my chair. I hate these chairs. Like we always joke about them because they were a gift to us, which I'm grateful, but they're used. And then the chairs have like plastic on the seat, so when you move it sounds like you're passing gas. And I wanted to cut out the plastic, but I haven't done it. It's funny. Yeah, anyway, so you're welcome to subscribe and watch, and thank you for those. I think I have like three new subscribers, or 4, I want to say. I'm not sure. But thank you. I hope you continue watching. And I promise, like I said, I promise it'll get better and I'll make more videos and longer videos. But I have to get in the rhythm of what's going on right now, which I will explain on my other video that I'm about to make after this. I just don't want to, like I said, if you're interested, go watch that one. I'll link it at the bottom. If you're not, you know, just come back and watch these. So that's it, and hope you continue watching. And sorry I don't have that much things to show today. I promise that my next video I'll have more of the socks done, and because I'm working on the foot part, which is quicker, and then I'm gonna work on the heel, which I have to figure out. So continue watching. Bye.